The men whistled as they passed by her, for her beauty and radiance shone. They'd have fought for the right to be with her tonight, to be hers and hers alone, to call Beverly Anne their own. People came from afar just to see her. She was on the lips of every man. With harsh trials of skill they competed until a crew was formed of dark hands who would sail aboard Beverly Anne. As the waves crash down upon her, she pushes outward as best she can. If the storm cannot break her, the cruel sea not take her, she'll prove she is stronger than fates no one could understand. Their first voyage started peaceful, out in waters unexplored. They were too thrilled to see dark clouds hanging lowly on the horizon, ignored by all of the sailors aboard. A swift sickness took hold of the crew then, brought them shivering to their knees. So they turned her back home, faced the storm that had grown. She must take on those dangerous seas, while the crew fought against the disease. As the waves crash down upon her, she pushes onward as best she can. If the storm cannot break her, the cruel sea not take her, she'll prove she is stronger than fates no one could understand. Through the night she caught waves like one flying. Sailors held on as she held her course. But the storm came on faster than Beverly Anne's master foresaw, and came on with great force. They accepted and expected the worst. Her proud sails were slashed to ribbons, her wind-battered mast snapped in two. Still she wouldn't give in, for this fight she must win. She knew all that she must do to protect her beloved crew. The storm raged against her as she sailed. She struggled to keep her men safe. She fought knowing that she must prevail, that her men she could not fail. La da 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 la da la da 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 la la da 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 la da 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 da. The crew's fever broke just as the sun rose. They found they'd already landed at shore. They'd arrived at their port, not a single hand short, in quicker time than they'd made before. They marveled at Beverly Anne once more. As the men dropped anchor and walked shoreward, her captain turned to beam upon his ship. But the smile never came as he saw her smashed frame, the hull slashed open from tip to tip. How had they ever survived the trip? Her captain stood in awe before her, lost in memories they shared. He thought back through the years as he fought back the tears. He had been unprepared, but a few tender words he dared. You sailed your last voyage bravely, my dearest Beverly Anne. The crew assembled her grave, her figure had saved, to memorialize her last stand. Sacrifice of Beverly Anne. As the waves crash down upon her, she pushes onward as best she can. If the storm cannot break her, the cruel sea not take her, she'll prove she is stronger than fates no one could understand. As the waves crash down upon her, she pushes onward as best she can. If the storm cannot break her, the cruel sea not take her, she'll prove she is stronger than fates no one could understand. The great ship, the Beverly Anne. Hear now, I will sing of one who ruled the land with grace. Oswalt bare with axe and steel, beloved by Kay of fairest face, King of strength and King of valor, called to serve the King above. Calontir will sing forever and praise the worth of him we love. Great indeed and kind of word, quick to laugh and quick to smile. In peace and war he led the heartland with grace and fairness, with no guile. King of strength and King of valor, called to serve the King above. Calontir will sing forever and praise the worth of him we love. Kith and kin he dearly loved, and no servants did he shun. Home and hearth he safely guarded, now too soon his day is done. King of strength and King of valor, called to serve the King above. Calontir will sing forever and praise the worth of him we love. Hear now, I will sing of one who ruled our land with grace. Oswalt bare with axe and steel, who loved most Kay of fairest face. King of strength and King of valor, called to serve the King above. Calontir will sing forever and praise the worth of him we love.
Come again, Anstiora's sons, come, drink ye deep of steel. Your brothers with Hermod across Bifrost have rode, they hold your place at the feast. Call out for a horn of Odin's sweet mead, poured out for warriors bold, and then dance to the tune played on the blades of the folk of the Triskele bold. So come along, child, and listen most well, as the war drums and the trumpets blow, these sounds that herald Black Star's death knell, and hell she awaits them below. So let us, my brothers, still once and for all, voices that jeered us of old, with the punishing blades of Trimaris most fair, and the folk of the Triskele bold. So put in your van, all your knights and your squires, let fly with your banners and pennants so bold. Drive others you face from all fields of honour to 6 feet of ground so dark and so cold. But if you come south to look for your plunder, and if you come south to look for your gold, steer clear of the jewel of the ocean's mad thunder, Trimaris and the folk of the Triskele bold. Trimaris and the folk of the Triskele bold.
Hearken to me, there's a tale I would tell you of love and of battle, of sorrow and grief, the deeds of a king and the valor of comrades, the favour of gods and the fate of a thief. Felled were her guardsmen like wrought wood in winter, boot-trampled earth spoke of how well they fought. As each man lay lifeless, I knelt and I swore them, the sacrifice given would not be for naught. I heed not the warnings of rain and of thunder, I heed not the cries of my own panicked mare, I heed not the tides that would tear us asunder. For her I dare. Sunk in a tree was a silver-chased dagger, carved in the fashion of far Barbary. Hung from its blade was a pirate's demand for a ransom in gold that Our Lady go free. I am the blade, but by her I am tempered. Strong in her love I've a deed to perform. Set well our sails in the wake of the pirates. They are the shadow, but I am the storm. I heed not the warnings of rain and of thunder. I heed not the darkness, I will not despair. I heed not the tides that would tear us asunder. For her I dare. We put to the ocean in the swiftest of vessels to sail for the Mediterranean Sea, to light our ships for the winds of the gale and the torrents of a rain lashing mercilessly. Mercy, I cried to the god of the ocean and spoke of the beauty my lady possessed. Like the god's own graceful daughter seemed she, and I offered my faith for his aid in my quest. Thunderclouds parted, the sun lit the heavens, the seas turned to glass as we sighted our prey. With the winds now behind us, we measured the distance. Soon our ships lay but a few leagues away. Now to your weapons, my men and companions. Now for this perfidy they shall atone. Leave not a man of this pirate crew standing. The head of its captain I claim for my own. I heed not the warnings of a rain and of thunder. I heed not the fury of bloody corsair. I heed not the tides that would tear us asunder. For her I dare. Bright were the banners and loud were the cheers. The morning my lady returned to my hall, and bright was the temple I caused to be raised for the god and his power who heeded my call. Of love and of battle, of sorrow and grief, of valor and favor my tale I have told. This wisdom you hear from the lips of a king. No deed done for love can be counted too bold. I heeded not darkness nor rain nor the thunder, and any who doubt me be wise and beware. No force under heaven shall tear us asunder. Bar her, I dare. Bar her, I dare.
In Caid of yore, before Pensic war for, Ballantor fought to win the crown tourney. His battle arm stiffened for Larissa to Griffin, for her he slew all cavalierly. His choice of Larissa had been by some dismissed, as the wee girl was but 10 years old. And when Sir Balin won, there was naught to be done, except crown the wee girl with the gold. Don't push a princess. No, never, it's not very wise. Don't push a princess, no matter her age or her size. Da-da-da-di-di-di, da-da-da-di-di. Fast forward to Pensic, where it rained, not that we complained. And when all the clouds finally parted, our princess took off with a skip and a hop. Amongst the vendors she merrily darted. Down Merchanters' Lane marched the Duke, we won't name, and his entourage shouting, make way for the Duke, make way. Our poor girl got shoved and plopped down in the mud to trudge home to her camp disarrayed. Don't push a princess. No, never, it's not very wise. Don't push a princess, no matter her age or her size. Just look at your dress and your hair, what a mess, cried the princess's folks in a boil. Then their child recounted what tantamount mounted to treasonous treatment of royal. There's no time to waste. Draw a bath, make haste, dress her up in her gown, cloak, and jewels. Now, our sweet pet, go don your coronet. We are hanging this fool by the rules. Don't push a princess. No, never, it's not very wise. Don't push a princess, no matter her age or her size. Da-da-da-di-di-di, da-da-da-di-di. Then out went the call to the world, known and all. You are summoned to court by the king. When most were assembled, the very air trembled, and Harold was beckoned to sing. Sing, Harold. Summoned this day before our grand array is Duke Mumble-de-Mumble, the heel. The Duke heard his name, and convinced of some gain, trotted forth before monarchs to kneel. Don't push a princess. No, never, it's not very wise. Don't push a princess, no matter her age or her size. Da-da-da-di-di-di, da-da-da-di-di. Horns blared, the air shattered, and many drums rattled, when in marched Caid and the West. The Duke quailed confounded, completely surrounded, when entered our princess at last. She strode in alone and hopped up on her throne, looking down at the Duke on his knees. Met you this Duke today in an unpleasant way? We are not well pleased. You pushed a princess? Oh, not very wise. When you push a princess, your chivalry is merely disguised. Da-da-da-di-di-di, da-da-da-di-di. But, the Duke spluttered, and in defense uttered the words that would seal his fate. In my land girls yield when a duke takes the field. Had you but won your crown, I debate. In my land, said Larissa, in voice pure dismissal, it matters not age, rank, nor size. A lady's a lady, be she grandam or baby, and worthy of courtesy's prize. Don't push a princess. No, never, it's not very wise. Don't push a princess, no matter her age or her size. Oh, don't push a princess. No, never, it's not very wise. Don't push a princess, no matter her age or her size.
The battle is done. One of the two armies has won. The crows take flight at day's last light, and yet they still try to run. Do not try to run from me. The light of your soul I can see. The torch of your deeds, your honor and greed, determine the fate you receive. Enter my arms to carry you home, away from your harm. You will be one of Odin's own. You stand in a ring of your foes, all fallen from your axe blows. Your sword drank their blood that rained as a flood. Your honor and fame quickly grow. Shield made defending your land. Your life was victory's demand. Your shield split in twain, blood waters your grain. Your death brings you to Freya's hand. Enter my arms to carry you home, away from your harm. You will be one of Odin's own. Frightened Jarl hates the spear din. You lost the battle within. When you fought your fate, surrendered your gate, your weak battle due shames your kin. Hidden under your dead friends, today was not your journey's end. Remember your war, your brush with death's door. Keep honor till we meet again. Enter my arms to carry you home, away from your harm. You will be one of Odin's own. My sisters and I heed the call to choose after last fighter falls, for Freya's green fields or Einhard's shields, or sent to hell's darkness to crawl. So open your ears to my cry, and for the last time close your eyes. Reaver's work is done, the last mercy comes. I sing Valkyrie's lullaby. Enter my arms to carry you home, away from your harm. You will be one of Odin's own. Enter my arms to carry you home, away from your harm. You will be one of Odin's own.
Siren Song, originally written by Master Matthias Blackett. Come to me, and you'll be mine forever. Come to me, and fade into the sea. You can't resist for long, so listen to my song. Come to me, and you'll be free. O sailor passing by my rock, hearken to my voice. Hang on my every word, and give yourself to me. Before too long your fate is sealed, you will not have a choice, and by your hands be taken by the sea. Come to me, and you'll be mine forever. Come to me, and fade into the sea. You can't resist for long, so listen to my song. Come to me, and you'll be free. Forget your hearth and home, your faith is long forgotten. My arms are open wide, and I will welcome you. Don't fool yourself with fantasies, the memories all been rotten, and come to me just like they always do. Come to me, and you'll be mine forever. Come to me, and fade into the sea. You can't resist for long, so listen to my song. Come to me, and you'll be free. I feel your soul is longing for my love and my embrace. So hurry forth, and you will be my own. Swim to me so I can finally see your eager face, and I will keep you in this watery tomb. Come to me, and you'll be mine forever. Come to me, and fade into the sea. You can't resist for long, so listen to my song. Come to me, and you'll be free. You've heard the tales about me, and you knew what was to come. Your ship has crashed upon my rocks, now you belong to me. There's no escape, you're in my arms, your fate is drowned and done. Now welcome to your grave beneath the sea. Come to me, and you'll be mine forever. Come to me, and fade into the sea. You can't resist for long, so listen to my song. Come to me, and you'll be free. You can breathe just fine, swimming next to me. Just give in, my kiss is the end.
Gurame Shafo Ishlan Mach se varenjes migeri, o hiurinle, irivarui, irivarino, Ailein, o hiurinle. Mashikun wasa hochte ganje, Mashlepi huchtanje men, o hiurinle. Irivarvi, irivarino, Ailein, o hiurinle. Mashen diask do hoinon giana, Mashan oronja dolok fara, o hiurinle. Irivarvi, irivarino, Ailein, o hiurinle. Hoilen jach ke palle kache, Urgucht o hoins tunje tamach, o hiurinle. Irivarvi, irivarino, Ailein, o hiurinle.
lights shine you no more. No nights are dark enough for those that in despair their lost fortunes deplore. Light but doth shame disclose. Never may my woes be relieved, since pity is fled, and tears and sighs and groans, my weary days of all joys have deprived. From the highest spire of contentment, my fortune is thrown, and fear and grief and pain for my deserts are my hopes, and hope is gone. Hark, you shadows that in darkness dwell, learn to contemn light. Happy, happy they that in hell feel not the world's despite. Hark, you shadows that in darkness dwell, learn to contemn light. Happy, happy they that in hell feel not the world's despite.
Six little fighters that I once knew, heavy ones, fencers, archers too. But the one little fighter with the banner on his back, he led the others with a thwack, 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 thwack. He led the others with a thwack, thwack, thwack. Down to the list field they would go, wibble wobble to and fro. But the one little fighter with the banner on his back, he led the others with a thwack, 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 thwack. He led the others with a thwack, thwack, thwack. Home from the list field they would come, wibble wobble, ho, hum, hum. But the one little fighter with the banner on his back, he led the others with a thwack, 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 thwack. He led the others with a thwack, thwack, thwack. Boop, boop, a doop, a doop, a boop, boop, boop.
I call to those to whom chivalry is all
I speak in the name of the rose. I call to all whose virtue is as worthy as those whom the Valkyries chose. Hold forth your banner and fight now with honor. Show through your deeds that your worth shall hold true. Let grace be your keyword and faith be your North Star. Always remind your rose why they chose you. Courtesy speaks much more softly than valor, but deeds hold much more weight than words. Let your sword song ring to honor the roses. Let chivalry be the loud message that is heard. Hold forth your banner and fight now with honor. Show through your deeds that your worth shall hold true. Let grace be your keyword and faith be your North Star. Always remind your rose why they chose you. Those who have left us serve now as examples, shining a light to what's true and what's right. Look to the Valkyries and honor your consort. Prove now your worth with both wisdom and might. Hold forth your banner and fight now with honor. Show through your deeds that your worth shall hold true. Let grace be your keyword and faith be your North Star. Always remind your rose why they chose you.
First you came across the seas in the name of your Caesar, bringing wine, bringing oil, bringing gold, and bringing trade, brought first by tradesmen, then statesmen, then lastly by the legions, who bring deceit and subjugation to all those who'd not been swayed. What was given as a gift you have claimed as a tribute. Those who lead the tribes as chiefs you now call mere client kings. In the hills and the fields and the homes of my people, all you see is land for empire and the riches Britain brings. I've a sword in my hand and her name is called Justice. I have a shield on my arm and by honor it is known, and the name I now bear is the bringer of victory, for Boudicca leads her people from the chariots of war. You denied my right to rule with a false will from my husband. My own daughters you've despoiled, and my warriors you've killed. But though you've burnt all my crops and have beaten my own body, no, for all of this injustice shall the blood of Rome be spilled. For I've a sword in my hand, and her name is called Justice. I have a shield on my arm, and by honor it is known, and the name I now bear is the bringer of victory, for Boudicca leads her people from the chariots of war. In the name of the peace of your Senate and people, you have plundered British lands and have murdered all my kin. But we say to you now that the tribes shall live freely. We reject your pax romana, and by battle we shall win. For I've a sword in my hand, and her name is called Justice. I have a shield on my arm, and by honor it is known, and the name I now bear is the bringer of victory, for Boudicca leads her people from the chariots of war. Here I stand at the gate of the city you hide in. Here I wait with the tribes that band behind the Iceni. Here I swear by the names of the gods of my people that though Rome may rule Britannia, still you never shall rule me. For I've a sword in my hand, and her name is called Justice. I have a shield on my arm, and by honor it is known, and the name I now bear.
Rise the Dragon by Mistress Rosalind Jahan. Kimry, hear your country's call. England's lion stalks the land. Shall ye let your freedom fall, or unite and make your stand? Rise, dragon, rise, and spread your wings against the night. Fly, dragon, fly, take heed unto your kinsman's plight. Llewellyn, son of Griffith bold, hath challenged Edward, England's king, to rule as Merlin once foretold, this ancient land where harpers sing. Smite, dragon, smite, the lion battles 'gainst the drake. Fight, dragon, fight, for the victor will your kingdom take. At first the Welsh victorious were, and trapped their foes on endless sea. But by the Severn's broad river, Llewellyn met death fearlessly. Die, dragon, die, the lions battered down your shield. Cry, dragon, cry, as your sons lie bleeding on the field. With strongholds Edward's walled ye round, but can a wall your spirit in? You Welshmen, I will stand your ground, mayhap another day to win. Rise, dragon, rise, and spread your wings yet once again. Fly, dragon, fly, for your dream still lives in all true men. Rise, dragon, rise, fly, dragon, fly.
There lived a lady by the North Sea shore, lay the bent to the bonny broom, 2 daughters were the babe she bore. Fa la 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 la. As one grew bright as in the sun, lay the bent to the bonny broom, so coal-black grew the older one. Fa la 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 la. A knight came riding to the lady's door, lay the bent to the bonny broom, he travelled far to be their wooer. Fa la 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 la. He counted one with gloves and rings, lay the bent to the bonny broom, but he loved the other above all things. Fa la 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 la. Oh, sister, will you go with me? Lay the bent to the bonny broom, to watch the ships sail on the sea. Fa la 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 la. She took her sister by the hand, lay the bent to the bonny broom, and led her down to the North Sea strand. Fa la 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 la. As they stood on the windy shore, lay the bent to the bonny broom, the dark grew through her sister oar. Fa la 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 la. Sometimes she sank, sometimes she swam, lay the bent to the bonny broom, cried, sister, reach to me your hand. Fa la 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 la. Oh, sister, sister, let me live. Lay the bent to the bonny broom, and all that's mine I'll surely give. Fa la 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 la. It's your own true love that I'll have and more. Lay the bent to the bonny broom, but thou shalt never come ashore. Fa la 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 la. And there she floated like a swan, lay the bent to the bonny broom, the salt sea bore her body on. Fa la 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 la. Two minstrels walked along the strand, lay the bent to the bonny broom, and saw the maiden float to land. Fa la 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 la. They made a harp of her breastbone, lay the bent to the bonny broom, whose sound would melt a heart of stone. Fa la 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 la. They took 3 locks of her yellow hair, lay the bent to the bonny broom, and with them strung the harp so rare. Fa la 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 la. They went into her father's hall, lay the bent to the bonny broom, to pay the harp before them all. Fa la 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 la. But when they laid it on a stone, lay the bent to the bonny broom, the harp began to play alone. Fa la 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 la. The first string sang a doleful sound, lay the bent to the bonny broom, the bride her younger sister drowned. Fa la 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 la. The second string as that they tried, lay the bent to the bonny broom, in terror sits the black-haired bride. Fa la 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 la. The third string sang beneath their bow, lay the bent to the bonny broom, and surely now her tears will flow. Fa la 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 la.
We march on a field of blood and of bone, weather-worn shields and hearts set to stone. Our kingdom's behind us into the unknown. Soldier, march on, soldier, march on. We've long kissed our babies and our lovers goodbye. We march with our banners now waving on high. Swords have been sharpened along with our minds, and hearts set to war, no fear in our eyes. We march on a field of blood and of bone, weather-worn shields and hearts set to stone. Our kingdom's behind us, into the unknown. Soldier, march on, soldier, march on. Knowing we'll pack up at the first morning light, we'll hunt for a board, fill our bellies tonight. We sleep on the ready, night watch on the hill, for what lurks in the darkness is ready to kill. We march on a field of blood and of bone, weather-worn shields and hearts set to stone. Our kingdom's behind us into the unknown. Soldier, march on, soldier, march on. Fires all around us and the arrows on high collapse to a shield while we're ready to die. The last one is standing, we'll charge toward the horde. Our sons and our daughters will sing of this war. We march on a field of blood and of bone, weather-worn shields and hearts set to stone. Our kingdom's behind us into the unknown. And soldier, march on, soldier, march on, and march on a field so far from home. The rum on our banners will fight for the throne. We march through the snow, now the winter has come. Soldier, march on, soldier, march on. We march through a field of blood and of bones, weather-worn shields and hearts set to stone. Our kingdom's behind us to the unknown. Soldier, march on, soldier, march on.
Warmest greetings. My name is Countess Karina de Elephantide, and I'm from the Kingdom of Avacal. This song is called Absent Friends. Absent friends to absent friends, always in our hearts, until we meet again. In the land of the north, a vast kingdom does stand, where the heavens gaze down upon woman and man. And sometimes in envy the gods will decide that they would bring one of our own to their side. Absent friends to absent friends, always in our hearts, until we meet again. And they choose only the best, and they take them too soon to dance in their halls and brighten their rooms. We wave them on their way with tears in our eyes as we bid them farewell, but never goodbye. Absent friends to absent friends, always in our hearts, until we meet again. And they're the blues and the greens that dance over our heads among us before. Now above us instead, absent friends to absent friends, always in our hearts, until we meet again. Absent friends to absent friends, always in our hearts, until we meet again.
Scribe's Song. Lyrics by Volu Ingeborg. Music by Duinn Matic of Harlech. Performed with permission. Liquid and powder combine to form power when painted on parchment by pen. Remember those fingers on which ink stains linger have altered the world and its ken. Socrates, Hippocrates, poets and thinkers of Greece, their wisdom impart by way of that art that lets our knowledge increase. Liquid and powder combine to form power when painted on parchment by pen. Remember those fingers on which ink stains linger have altered the world and its ken. Fierce barons fought, by charter they sought to chain a young king in his prime. John fixed on his seal, but tried to repeal, and fighting its power he died. Liquid and powder combine to form power when painted on parchment by pen. Remember those fingers on which ink stains linger have altered the world and its ken. Do not forget the most vital yet, or your soul will bear the cost. the most holy word sent from our Lord, without which we all would be lost. Liquid and powder combine to form power, when painted on parchment by pen. Remember those fingers on which ink stains linger, have altered the world and its ken. Have altered the world and its ken.
Windward, Wanderlust, Samantha Moore. When I was but a young girl, I had aspirations none, but to marry a rich merchant and bear him rich merchant's sons. Hearing once a minstrel's song, I made another choice. Judged not by blood nor breeding, but the beauty of my voice. A windward wanderlust has called me from my home, to find myself in fortune's grace, the byways for to roam. Along the road I met a man as calmly as the sky. He offered for my travels but a single question, why? Would I reject the marriage bed, a home, a hearth, a fire? Oh, I seek rings from noble hands, fame is my desire. My windward wanderlust wouldn't let me be his own, and so it was I steeled my heart and made my way alone. Onward to the market towns I traveled seeking fame. Soon from into gilded hall the people knew my name. But then cruel fate did strike me down, as like to be God's will. For with the winter came the snow, with it I grew ill. My windward wanderlust and pride had made me vain, and the road it held no warmth for me, but the snow, the sleet, the rain. I walked as far as I could walk, I crawled yet farther still. Body numb, my senses gone, naught held me but my will. I had no fire, no shelter, no voice left to summon aid. I shivered in the frozen wind, alone, apart, afraid. Damn my windward wanderlust, the master of my fate. Across the light of freedom fell a shadow seen too late. Slowly I awoke, and I no longer was alone. Wrapped within thick furs, I felt the warmth sink to my bones. A young man sat beside, I tried to speak, but all in vain. The fear rose up inside me, would I ever sing again? Had my windward wanderlust damned me for vanity? And how had I this angel gained to sit and watch o'er me? Many years have passed, I've no regrets I would declare. Just a bruising to my ego and a lesson to beware. When you make your prideful way without a home or friend, the greatest fame still leaves you cold and friendless in the end. Though my windward wanderlust may take me from the town, not every hand that's offered you will try to tie you down. Though my windward wanderlust has ta'en me far to roam, the east wind takes me wandering, but the west wind brings me home.
Lanquan jorn so long am I, mes best du chans thou sest en quan mi sui partit stellai, remembrant un amor Vade tuolam bros eclis, sicque chans di flor paspis, non valam plus che l'hiverns gelats. Betelo, Signor, perverrai, perché far me sei amor delum, mas per un men che me assai, naidos mars cartan sui delum. Aquerno fuile pellegris, sicque mos fuissemos tapis, fospe suis per hiel remiras. In May long daylight warms the air, I hear the birds in song far away, but when I go and leave there, I remember a love far away. I frown and hang my head, dull eyes, no songs or blossoms can provide an improvement on winter's freeze. I trust that God is just and fair, giving me this love far away. But for each pleasure I bear double ills, for I am far away. As a pilgrim I not ride, where cloak and staff might be espied by her lovely eyes over the seas. I hope you enjoyed Lanquan le Jorn Salungim Mai by Geoffrey Riddell of the 12th century. This is the Honorable Ladyship Juliana Laverick, signing out.
Amarilli Mia Bella by Giulio Caccini, sung by Lady Delfina del Lago of the Western Alliance. Amarilli mia bella, seti morta sale, dubitar non ti vale, aprimi il petto e vedrai scritto in cuore Amarilli, 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 è il mio amore. Credilo pur, e se timor t'assale, dubitar non ti vale. Aprimi il petto e vedrai scritto in cuore Amarilli, 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 è il mio amore.
I knew a man who in his youth dreamed fairy dreams all spun with truth. No night went by when he'd not spy his destiny in love forsooth. One winter's day he heard her call, but this time not at evening's fall. He turned to see that it was she, to whom he spent each night in thrall. Her hair down neck and shoulders flowed like the finest silk, it fairly glowed. Her face so fair, yes, she was there, chest deep and icy lake abode. Her voice like sunlight on a field, a chilling trust to him revealed. Come not to me, my love, said she, for if you do, our doom is sealed. So long ago I was betrothed, my day had come, in fineries clothed, our skiff capsized and we baptized. My husband took his death of cold, but for some cause I lay not dead, and then I found I had a purpose dread, young men to sway and then betray, to fill my cold dark wedding bed. So you remain upon the shore and talk a while, but nothing more. My loneliness would be no less were I compelled to kill one more. And so for years through much heartache he loved that lady of the lake. He longed to hold her beauty cold, if he would but of death partake. Their love burned chaste without caress for 20 years and 20 more, and in old age he would confess debility on lakeside shore. I must, my love, bid you goodbye, for just one time I'd fate defy to hold my love by God above, but either way I soon would die. His infirm steps into the tarn, though she cried out to him for one, she helpless raced to him embrace, and end the love so long forsworn. Her frigid kiss upon his lips too soon he into cold death slipped. She inward cried beneath the tide that she would be his life's eclipse. For hours it seemed she held him tight, but he would not give in tonight. Her cold began to warm the man whom so had loved the lonely sprite. Then they together did emerge, and he bore her o'er water's verge. Her bare cold form abruptly warm into her veins new blood did surge. She gazed up at her love most true, into his faded eyes so warm and blue. But to her eyes 'twas this surprise, his youth restored to him anew. Now when to ice her breath does turn, and she for frigid lake does yearn, they seek the shore, once her boudoir, and there their love do they relearn.
The battle is done. One of the two armies has won. The crows take flight at day's last light, and yet they still try to run. Do not try to run from me. The light of your soul I can see, the torch of your deeds, your honor and greed, determine the fate you receive. Enter my arms to carry you home, away from your harm. You will be one of Odin's own. You stand in a ring of your foes, all fallen from your axe blows. Your soul drank their blood that rained as a flood. Your honor and fame quickly grow. Shield maiden defending your land. Your life was victory's demand. Your shield split in twain, blood waters your grain. Your death brings you to Freya's hand. Enter my arms to carry you home, away from your harm. You will be one of Odin's own. Frightened Jarl hates the spear din. You lost the battle within. When you fought your fate, surrendered your gate, your weak battle due shames your kin. Hidden under your dead friends, today is not your journey's end. Remember your war, your brush with death's store. Keep honor till we meet again. Enter my arms to carry you home, away from your harm. You will be one of Odin's own. My sisters and I heed the call to choose after last fighter falls, for Freya's green fields, or Einherjar's shields, or sent to hell's darkness to crawl. So open your ears to my cry, and for the last time close your eyes. Reaver's work is done, the last mercy comes. I sing Valkyrie's lullaby. Enter my arms to carry you home, away from your harm. You will be one of Odin's own. Enter my arms to carry you home, away from your harm. You will be one of Odin's own.
I found my home in the land of Wyldewode, where the dogwoods grow and the red buds bloom. The rivers, they run through the valleys and the hillsides, and the gloaming hears the whippoorwill sing. The sun shines bright in the land of Wyldewode, where the white-tailed deer and the red squirrel play. I walk along the valleys and the hillsides, and sit at dusk while the whippoorwill sings. My children grow in the land of Wyldewode. Their feet are stained with the red dirt clay. Their laughter is heard through the valleys and the hillsides, and they catch fireflies while the whippoorwill sings. My love resides in the land of Wyldewode. I I see his smile where the red fern grows. Side by side we stroll through the clover and fall asleep while the whippoorwill sings. I found my home in the land of Wyldewode.
When harriers came to claim their due of blood and lucre, hell's own brew, though numbers knelt out for that fight, you stood with me again. The sun has sunk behind the hill, the river's song is sweet but still, when witch fog silver shrouds your sight, her heralds ride again. The warden's warning hearken to, when skyward climbs the half-veiled moon, when witch fog silver shrouds your sight, her heralds ride again. When dusk is drowning day's last light, her heralds ride again. Let the little ones sleep, and their innocence keep. Hold your heart far away, lest she find it someday. A golden hour beneath the sun, a final foe, the battle won, when every surface gleamed with light, we stood in triumph then. But now as twilight calls the moon and tries to sing an endless tune, surrounded by the eyes of night, come stand with me again. For if this is our final hour, then let us greet the coach devour, surrounded by the eyes of night. Come stand with me again. With sword in hand and spear behind, come stand with me again.